Looking back at my life, I've always been very frugal. Buong buhay ko na nagtitipid ako. I learned it from my mom and I taught my kids the same principle of living below their means. So dahil doon, ang hirap gumastos kasi frugality is so ingrained in my system. Recently though, I'm trying my best to unlearn frugality. This is not about waste or pag-aaksaya, ha? Some of you may or may not be able to relate to what I'm going to say. This is about my attempt to reframe the way I think about retirement and to some degree, some aspects of my life as against what I've grown accustomed to. Kwentuhan ko kayo para maintindihan nyo where I'm coming from. Natatandaan ko nung nasa elementary ako, we were taught to open our own bank accounts. Every week, sinasamahan ako ng mama ko para mag-deposit. Kahit na pa 1 peso lang na deposit, natutuwa akong makita na napupuno yung mga pages ng passbook ko at lumalaki ang balance ko. So that's how I'm wired. Nung nagsisimula pa lang kaming magkapamilya ng asawa ko, saving is something we did by default. We had young kids, a household to support, so kailangan mag-ipon to ensure a brighter future. And through it all, mama ko ang model ko kung paano dapat mamuhay. Post-World War II baby kasi siya, so everything nung lumalaki siya was in short supply. Kaya nasanay siya at ang ate niya na laging nagtitipid. And through all her years of working, getting married, having kids, being widowed, and becoming a single parent, frugality became part of who she is. It informed everything that she did as an adult. It became such a strong force in her life na kahit na successful na siya and she can buy whatever she wants, hirap pa rin siyang gumastos. Yung bang each expenditure had to be justified. Now, don't get me wrong, ha? She gave me and my sister everything that we needed. We went to private schools, we ate at nice restaurants, we had nice clothes. Wala kaming nadama na pagkukulang sa buhay namin. Pero nakita naming old values are hard to leave behind. When Mama travels and could easily afford to pay for business class tickets for herself, she never did. Laging economy. Pag nagsha-shopping siya, she would always haggle for a lower price. Tawaran or haggling was almost like a sport to her. I remember we were once thrown out of a store in Hong Kong kasi tinawaran ba naman niya ng kalahati yung gusto niyang bilhin. Hiyang-hiya ako. But to her, she saw it as the seller losing a customer. It was their loss, not hers. My mom just turned 85 last February and has long since retired. Tinanong ko siya recently why she still feels like she needs to save. Ang lagi niyang sinasabi kapag tinatanong namin siya ng ganun para naman sa inyo lahat yan. But more than that, the push to save has become part of her personality that I think it's almost impossible for her to change. You know, there's a principle called the diminishing marginal utility of money. I'll give you an example of what that means. Ang mga mahirap, kung makapulot sila ng 100 piso, malaking bagay sa kanila yon. Pero sa mayaman, pag nakapulot sila ng 100 pesos sa daan, baliwala sa kanilang halagang yon. That's the diminishing marginal utility of money. Sa palagay ko, ganun din ang pagtitipid. Saving 100 pesos on a meal won't make a dent on a person who has some level of wealth. But for a person who's just starting out, that discount is a big deal. That savings can go to purchasing something important like a toy for his kid or added savings towards buying a future house. For some people like us who has spent all our life saving for our future and has saved more than enough, spending a bit more means more than just an expense because we no longer spend on material things. We buy good, memorable experiences for ourselves and for the people we care deeply about that will provide so much joy and memories. So ito yung mga realization namin now that my husband and I are nearing retirement. Buong buhay na kami nag-iipon. We feel we've made informed financial decisions that will ultimately allow us to retire comfortably and earlier than most. And we've learned to accept that what worked for us before may no longer be serving us a purpose today. Para sa amin, retirement is more than just securing enough money to retire on. And that saving must ultimately give way to spending. To a larger degree, retirement for us is about being able to enjoy what we spent a lifetime saving. No matter what age we retire, not all the years of our retirement will be equal. Usually, malakas pa tayo sa umpisa, but eventually, our health will fail us due to aging or illness. So habang kaya pa namin, habang may oras pa, and if we can afford it, we'd like to buy the experiences that will make us happy and will leave us with priceless memories. Sabi nga ni Bill Perkins in his book, Die with Zero, time, health, and money rarely come together all at the same time. Pag bata tayo, we have the health and time, but we usually don't have the money unless we're a rich kid, di ba? Then when we start a family, we have the health, but time is limited as we raise our kids, as we work hard, kasi we still don't have enough money. Today, for us, we've reached that point in our life through God's grace that we have all three: time, health, and money. Medyo malakas pa kami, our time is freed up kasi malaki na mga bata, and right now, we have some money saved to afford what we want, not just what we need. Last December, my husband and I celebrated our 33rd wedding anniversary. We held it at our favorite place kahit na meron namang ibang lugar na mas mura kaysa doon. Kung bata pa kami, I'm sure pipili kami ng mas murang lugar. But this is what I mean by unlearning frugality. We didn't have to justify this expense because we knew that the celebration will give us so much joy. We invited all the people who are dear to us. It was like a reunion of our favorite people in one place. 33 years anniversary was not even a milestone. Usually, people celebrate their anniversaries on the 25th or 50th, di ba? But if we waited that long, or even if we just waited a few years, who knows if some people dear to us will still be there? Who knows if we will still have the same level of health that we have today? So it was the perfect time, a memory that we will take with us when we retire in the Philippines. It was priceless. Are we feeling guilty about the gastos on a party that lasted only 6 hours? Did we think it was a waste? Not at all. None of us wants to waste money, especially if we don't have enough or if we don't know where the next dollar is gonna come from. But if you've spent a lifetime saving, the greatest tragedy for us is not being able to enjoy the fruits of your labor. Because the value of money only comes in terms of what we can exchange it for, in terms of experiences, or in terms of things that can add value to the quality of our life and to the quality of the lives of the people around us. So for us, if we wait too long to retire, or if we're unable or unwilling to spend the money that we've saved simply because we're not able to change our perspective at patuloy pa rin naming titipirin ang sarili namin, that is the greatest waste of all. Life is short. Our 20 plus years in the States went by just like that. I share these thoughts because it makes so much sense to me, and I hope it will also make sense to some of you. Hindi ko alam if my future self will thank me or hate me for giving ourselves permission to spend at hindi na magtipid. The fear of baka maubos yung naipon or we might outlive our money comes to mind. But trusting that God will always take care of us like He always has takes that fear away.